Europe's top 9 stock winners, years 2019 to 2024. What if I told you that while everyone was chasing American tech stocks, some European companies quietly delivered returns of over 400%? That's right, 400% in just 5 years. One Danish drug maker turned every $10,000 into more than $50,000. Let's count down the top 9 best-performing stocks from Europe's STOXX 600 index between 2019 and 2024. These aren't just numbers on a screen. These are real companies that change the game. And the story behind each one might surprise you. Number 9. Schneider Electric, France. Approximately 190% return. At number 9, we have Schneider Electric from France. This company makes electrical equipment and automation systems. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. Here's what happened. The world went crazy about green energy and electric cars. Every building needed to be smarter. Every factory wanted to use less power. Schneider was already there, ready with the technology. They also benefited from data centers. Think about it. AI needs massive amounts of computing power, and computing power needs electricity management. Schneider provided exactly that. The company grew as the digital world grew. Number 8. Moncler, Italy. Approximately 195% return. This company makes luxury winter jackets and clothing. You might think winter coats are a seasonal business, but Moncler turned jackets into year-round fashion statements. Their secret? They transformed from outdoor gear into a luxury lifestyle brand. A Moncler jacket costs over $1,500, and people wear them even when it's not cold. They expanded beyond winter, adding collections for every season. The brand became popular with younger wealthy customers, especially in Asia. They also partnered with famous designers to create limited editions that sold out instantly. Moncler proved that even winter clothing can be a hot investment. Number 7. Hermes International, France. Approximately 200% return. At number 7, the luxury fashion brand famous for bags that cost more than a car. While other luxury brands struggled, Hermes stayed exclusive. They don't discount. They don't chase trends. If you want a Birkin bag, you might wait years. This strategy worked perfectly. Wealthy people around the world, especially in Asia, kept buying. Even during tough economic times, the super rich kept spending. Hermes didn't just sell products, they sold status and dreams, and that business model printed money. Number 6. Ferrari, Italy. Approximately 210% return. Number 6 brings us to the supercar maker. Ferrari's genius move: they made fewer cars than people wanted to buy. Simple supply and demand. If you want a new Ferrari today, good luck. There's a waiting list. They also launched their first SUV, the Purosangue, which opened a completely new market. Hybrid models became 51% of their sales by 2024. Ferrari proved that even traditional car makers can innovate. Plus, their Formula One racing keeps the brand in the spotlight every weekend. It's not just a car company, it's a lifestyle brand with wheels. Number 5. SAP, Germany. Approximately 220% return. Time for Europe's largest software company. SAP runs the back-office systems for most big companies worldwide. When the pandemic hit, Every business rushed to move their operations to the cloud. SAP was ready. Their cloud revenue grew 25% year after year. Companies realized they couldn't compete without modern digital systems. Once businesses start using SAP, switching is incredibly difficult and expensive. That's what we call a sticky business model. Number 4. LVMH, France. Approximately 230% return. The luxury goods empire that owns Louis Vuitton, Dior, and dozens of other premium brands. This company has 75 consecutive years of revenue growth. Let that sink in. 3/4 of a century of making more money each year. How? They own the entire luxury pyramid, from champagne to handbags to jewelry. When China opened up after restrictions, Chinese consumers went on a buying spree. LVMH was ready to sell. Their CEO, Bernard Arnault, became the world's richest person at times. That tells you everything about this company's success. Number 3. ADN, Netherlands, approximately 250% return. At number 3, we have a company most people never heard of, but you probably use their service today. ADN processes payments. When you buy something online from Spotify, Uber, or thousands of other companies, there's a good chance ADN handled that payment behind the scenes. They built their payment system from scratch for the modern internet. Old payment companies used outdated technology. ADN's system just works better, faster, more reliable, in more countries, with more payment methods. In 2024, they processed $1.33 trillion in payments. As online shopping grows and cash disappears, ADN grows with it. It's that simple. Number 2, ASML, Netherlands, approximately 350% plus return. The silver medal goes to ASML, and this is where things get really interesting. ASML makes the machines that make computer chips. Not just any chips, the most advanced chips in the world. The ones in your smartphone, the ones powering AI. Here's the kicker. ASML has a complete monopoly on the most advanced chip-making equipment. If you want to make cutting-edge computer chips, you have zero choice. You must buy from ASML. The machine they sell costs about $380 million each, and there's a waiting list. As AI exploded and everyone needed more computing power, ASML became the most critical company most people never heard of. No ASML, no AI revolution. Number 1. Novo Nordisk, Denmark. A and B shares approximately 433% return. And finally, the champion, Novo Nordisk. We're talking about both the A shares and B shares here. Different share classes with slightly different voting rights, but essentially the same incredible company and nearly identical performance. For over 100 years, Novo Nordisk made insulin for diabetes patients. Solid business, nothing exciting. Then came Ozempic and Wegovy. These drugs did something incredible. They helped people lose weight effectively, not just a little weight. Significant, life-changing weight loss. Suddenly, Novo had blockbuster drugs in a market worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Wegovy also reduced heart attack risk by 20%. That opened the door for insurance companies to pay for it. The potential market exploded overnight. By 2023, Novo Nordisk became Europe's most valuable company, worth more than $400 billion. A Danish drug company beat out tech giants and luxury empires. That's the power of solving a massive problem that affects billions of people worldwide. The company that made diabetes drugs became the company that might solve the obesity crisis. And that's why it sits at number 1 of the list. Summary and the big picture. Let's step back and look at what we've learned. These 10 companies show us clear patterns of success. They solved real problems: obesity, payment processing, chip manufacturing. They had competitive advantages: monopolies, brand power, switching costs. They rode major trends: green energy, luxury consumption, digital transformation, AI. They executed well, year after year, delivering results. The common thread? Each company dominated its niche and benefited from unstoppable global trends. Before you rush to buy these stocks, let's talk about reality. Risk factor number 1. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Just because these companies won the last 5 years doesn't mean they'll win the next 5. Risk factor number 2. Valuations. When stocks go up 400%, they often become expensive. Novo Nordisk faces competition from Eli Lilly. ASML depends on chip demand staying high. Luxury brands can fall out of favor. Risk factor number 3. Market conditions change. New competitors emerge. Technologies evolve. Regulations shift. Nothing is certain in investing. Risk factor number 4. These returns included both good times and crises: COVID-19, inflation, interest rate changes. The next 5 years will bring different challenges. Risk factor number 5. Individual stocks are risky. Even great companies can stumble. Diversification matters. The lesson here isn't to copy these investments blindly. The lesson is to understand what made them successful. Strong competitive positions, exposure to growing markets, excellent execution. Europe might not have dominated tech like America, but it produced world beaters in pharmaceuticals, luxury goods, industrial automation, and specialized technology. So here's my question for you. Which of these companies surprised you the most? Did you know about ASML's monopoly? Did you realize luxury goods performed so well? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this information valuable and want more content analyzing investments and market trends, hit subscribe button. It helps others find this channel and supports the creation of more videos like this. Remember, invest wisely, diversify your portfolio, and never invest money you can't afford to lose. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.